Well, greetings all, and welcome to what you may guess is fuck yeah, seeking. The beginning. No, this is I guess the start of a talk about Pokemon Go, the game that has taken the U.S. by storm as of yesterday. I've tried it out myself. I've officially gotten to level 5, so I can fight a gym. I haven't fought a gym yet because I'll probably give you a little hint here. If you are controlling a gym, you get Poke Dollars, so that's a way to earn the in-game currency by for free, basically, if your Pokemon are powerful enough. Basically, what you're going to end up doing is if you control a gym, then you earn a certain amount of Poke Dollars for controlling it. So what I think is a really good way to do this is pretty much if there is a gym nearby you, you probably either want to talk with people nearby you, or you want to, maybe even put up a sign next to the gym saying like, hey, vote here, here, here for which team you're on, so you can get a census of what is most popular. Because those who are controlling it, now I don't know for sure if it's one person or more than one person who actually controls the gym, and if how many people can actually benefit from it. But if more than one person can benefit from having that team control the gym, then I say stick on the same team. Obviously, if it's the reverse, then go on the other team. I have to say that I cannot tell you that information right now, but it's something that I would advise looking into before you commit to a team. Which is, there's the yellow team, the red team, and the blue team. But with that PSA aside, getting down to the nitty-gritty of how to really even start this thing up. So I think a lot of people are probably being confused about like, oh, how do I know where the Pokemon are, or how do I catch a Pokemon once I see them? And based on what I've been doing in terms of playing around, what you need to do is, it's likely, but not absolute, that a Pokemon will show up, and if you look on your map, you'll see there'll be flicks of leaves and grass blades that pop up occasionally in various spots on the map. Those can mean there's a Pokemon there. They can also mean that there is not a Pokemon there. And one of the issues is, of course, figuring out where they are. And the key to that is if you look down in the bottom right of your screen, you'll see there'll be a couple of Pokemon icons. Maybe they'll be grayed out because you haven't caught them yet, but that'll show you the Pokemon nearby. Now I'll put some links for some resources down at the bottom of this video, but one of the really good guides that I found on Cerebi basically said if there's 3 paws, if you click on that thing on the bottom right, each Pokemon will have a certain number of green paws underneath their picture. 3 paws means that the Pokemon is within a kilometer. 2 paws means that it's within 100 meters. 1 paw means that the Pokemon is just 20 or 10 meters away. And so basically that means you could walk around where you are, and you're going to be bound to run into it somewhat soon, as long as, of course, you're able to access whatever property it's on. So that is sort of a good indicator of if there's a Pokemon nearby. Of course, it basically gives you a radius. So it's kind of a bit of hot and cold sort of exercise, like you maybe did as a kid, you're hot, you're cold, you're cold. So that's how you find them. Once you see them on the screen, and keep in mind, in order to see them, you have to have the app open, draining your battery. Trust me, I know. It's a crazy task. I would suggest, if you're actually going to do this somewhat seriously, like if you're going to do this as a part of your daily walk to really push yourself to maybe hatch an egg every day to get some exercise, or just explore areas. I would suggest maybe even investing in one of those external battery things, or there's a bunch of USB ones out there where you can charge it on your computer, and then you can flip the USB cord around to charge your phone with it. And I'm sure there's also an option like that for Apple phones as well, that don't necessarily have that mini USB port. So yeah, basically what I would say in that regard is that might extend your session for a bit. You know, they say they're working on the battery issue, but in my opinion, it's a good way to interact with people in the real world. I've already done this, and it can get you exercise, and it's Pokemon. So far, this seems like a really, really good combination, and given how simple the mechanics have been so far, I did not expect myself to be having as much fun as I am. But I'll tell you, if there's places you frequent and you see Pokestops there, you're probably going to have a good time, because there's probably a chance that if it's a place that a lot of people frequent, someone might be generous and set up a lure at that Pokestop, so there's a bunch of Pokemon that will come around. So I guess that again, this is unscripted, but let me get back to the whole impetus of now you've looked around, you've done the hot and cold of you're getting warmer, closer to the Pokemon, and suddenly it pops up on your screen. It will literally pop up on the screen, on the map. Your phone should vibrate, there should be a sound, and you should be able to see that Pokemon. Once you see it, click on it. Literally tap on your screen, and that'll bring up something like basically what I have here, that just showed up. The Pokemon will show up on your screen. This is of course a capture of, with the AR, the what's it called, augmented reality turned off. That's actually another way to save your battery, so you don't use your camera. It'll save a little battery. That's honestly, though, that's not the biggest part of your battery that's going to be drained, but it will save it a little bit. So the Pokemon will show up, and basically what you'll be able to do then is you're going to have to throw a Pokeball. So there's a Pokeball at the bottom of the screen. You're going to have to do a flick motion. You're going to have to drag it up quickly so that you throw with the right velocity for it to hit the Pokemon. Now it's kind of an art, you know. It's not a science, at least as far as I've seen it, because there's some Pokemon that, you know, maybe they're on the ground, and those ones tend to be a little easier. But then there's other ones that float, like I've caught a couple Ghastlies now. Those guys are hard to hit because what you think is straight in front of you is actually floating in the air. So it's a bit of an art. And if you want to, and I will say is don't give up. Just keep trying. They make it pretty easy for you, because every time you level up, you get more Pokeballs. Every time you go to a Pokestop, which you can do pretty much every 5 minutes. So let's say where you're at work, you could, if you're able to, of course, pull out your phone. If your place of work is a Pokestop, spin the picture, get some Pokeballs. They make it easy to keep catching Pokemon, which is kind of one of the main features of this game. So if you guys have any more questions, or if you want anything specific on this game, let me know. I can hopefully put together something a little more professional. I kind of wanted to stray away from actually having my a recording on my streets, my neighborhood, or whatever, just because I thought, hey, you know, this will be easier. Plus, sometimes locations are a little sensitive, posting that stuff on the internet, so I thought I'd go with this. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I put some hours into it. I'd love to help other people get started. Thanks for listening and watching.